would have been sort of working in the precision agriculture space, particularly in the cropping area. And in the cropping space, we've got a lot of remote sensing capabilities that have been developed. What we're doing here is really focusing on the livestock sector. And obviously, when we're in the pasture industries, we're not dealing with monocultures generally. We're dealing with mixed pasture species. We're dealing with pasture systems that aren't green throughout the entire year. Hopefully you can see my screen here. I'll just sort of give you a snapshot of the sort of things that we're doing. So at the moment we're delivering about we're probably over about 30 million hectares of individual individual paddock level estimates of biomass being delivered every 5 days at the moment using the Sentinel imagery. So you can see here a typical property up in central northern Queensland. The most recent imagery was captured on the 13th here. And you can see the pasture areas over here and the forest areas on the other side. Basically, every 5 days, we generate an estimate of fractional cover and fractional ground cover, which gives us predictions of the proportion of photosynthetically and non-photosynthetically active material that's in the landscape. I've got NDVI here only to show you basically that it has limited functionality. So if I look at NDVI, through the season here, NDVI is not showing us much other than the forest area, unlike the sort of the typical cropping systems where it is very useful. Basically, we're using machine learning algorithms. We've got a crowdsourcing approach where we provide producers with access to mobile apps and a method for collecting the pasture data, and we run a machine learning algorithm and basically predict estimates of biomass on a 5 daily basis. So this image here we're seeing is the brown areas are the lowest biomass, the green areas are the highest. We also deal with the trees. If I just turn this off here and just look at the tree cover areas there, you'll see that the biomass in the treed areas is significantly lower. So we're actually using a fractional cover model to moderate the impact of tree cover on the pasture systems. And basically every 5 days, these producers are getting a prediction of kilograms of dry matter per paddock. And also basically traffic light maps. So every 5 days they've got a traffic light map, the red being the lowest, the green being the highest, and also an average estimate of kilograms of dry matter per paddock. Importantly, these numbers here, we also have integrations with companies like AgriWebb. So we have APIs that we're developing, and so if you're an AgriWebb client, for example, we can give you an estimate of kilograms of dry matter per paddock directly into your app. So probably I suppose pull it up there. I've got to leave unfortunately for about an hour or so, and come back at sort of about 11:30. But I suppose we're seeing a lot of the barriers being broken down at the moment. But I suppose one thing I would like to mention here today is that we still, while we're dealing with lots of rocket science in this space at the moment, something that we're actually desperately in need of is basically standardized paddock maps and farm maps. So at the moment, we're developing a system ourselves, but basically everyone's developing their own systems. And for us, it's a real barrier basically into the adoption of digital agriculture is basically a high quality standardized digital farm map. So I might leave it there if that's okay.
Great, thanks for that, Phil.